Hello! We are back. It's been 4 weeks? 3? I don't remember. It's been a while. But it's nice to be back. We're coming back with a pretty simple recipe here. This is just gonna be a basic grilled cheese and salad, shrimp salad. Yeah, it takes a few ingredients you probably have lying around. For the most part, you don't need this many cheeses as as are outlined over here, but you can definitely make do with just whatever's in your fridge, whatever cheeses you have. If you want to go out and buy some more, go ahead, but for the most part, these cheeses are gonna be what we're gonna be mainly using. So the first thing I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna defrost my shrimp. That's probably gonna take the longest. We've already done that before. We're just gonna fill this container up. There we go. We'll have that defrost over here. Just let it on the side. And now comes the fun process of grating our cheese. So, for the most part, these like one single slices you can keep whole, but blocks of cheese like these guys, you're gonna have to grate yourself. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 5 minutes while you guys just sit there and wait. All right, so I just finished grating this cheese. Look at how lovely that is. We got a whole plate of it. We got some pepper jack, some sharp cheddar, and some colby. Perfect. I also got 2 pieces of white bread. You can use on whatever bread you want. White is the preferred, obviously, because, it's grilled cheese, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put a slice of American just to, be that first layer. Some pepper jack goes on there. Some sharp cheddar goes on there as well. And then the colby. A lot of people are gonna ask why I'm not buttering the inside of the grilled cheese. That's because we're gonna be using enough butter on the outside that you won't even remember that there was any butter on the inside ever. So, tiny piece or 2 of butter go in. I don't like how hot that is. Put it down a little. And while that butter melts, this guy in there, and cover him up. And the reason we're covering this guy right now is because we want there to be steam, so we can melt the cheese on the inside. Every once in a while, you're gonna have that one grilled cheese that's not really gonna melt. It's not gonna want him to do it. In that scenario, usually I try to keep a tiny bit of water on the side. So in the case that the inside doesn't really want to melt, I can pour it on the rim, on the outside, and allow the steam to kind of just come through. It doesn't interfere with how crispy your final thing is going to be. Worst case scenario, just toast each side one more time. But it really helps when you have those stubborn cheeses that just don't want to melt. So we're going to flip. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm actually going to put a little bit more butter in there because I'm worried this is not going to brown up as nicely as I want it to. So, butter, in you go. And while we're at it, I'm actually going to leave this guy some water so that it can melt everything. So, the reason you'd want to put water in is if there's like stubborn cheese that doesn't really want to, melt. You do this. Cover it up, and let the steam kind of just do its job in there while you wait for that to crust up. I'm gonna let that wait for like a minute or 2, let it steam in there. Some people are gonna ask, like, isn't that gonna make the sandwich a little less crispy, a little less crunchy? And yeah, even though there is a little bit of that, like, water vapor in there, it's not gonna affect your grilled cheese that much. And even if it did, you could just toast it again, no worries. That is sexy. That is on there quite tight. We add a little bit more water. One more. Whew. So yeah, it is a little soggy over here, so I'm gonna let that heat up a little more. Actually, I lied. Well, that's okay. It's a happy little accident. Anyway, look at that. That crust is beautiful. This crust is beautiful. Now comes the debate. Triangles or squares? And the correct answer should always be triangles. Because triangles will always lead to more B-roll footage. like that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and that there. Well, we do something else for the meantime. We need something a little healthier, hopefully, so we're gonna go ahead and make a little bit of a shrimp salad over here. So I'm doing a pretty basic thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook my shrimp, right? Because this is all frozen and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and just... You've seen me cook shrimp like thousands of times, so this should come as no surprise. Shrimps go face down or face one way. There's not really a down or an up. So at this point, a lot of my shrimp is kind of cooked through already. I'm just trying to make sure that there's no like raw ends. Right. Even though we can stir it around a little. I'm also gonna season it a bit. So a tiny bit of pepper goes on top. Tiny bit of shrimp. Tiny bit of salt goes on top. Stir that around. How much are you gonna cook? I'm gonna let those crust up a little bit. Well, from avocados. Now, for those who don't know how to prepare an avocado, it's so simple. Lengthwise like that throughout the core. Twist. And they're open. These guys are a bit of a bitch to get out. What I like to do is I like to kind of just knife in, see if I can get this guy to move. If I can't, then I cry because this is actually really bad. This one's in there kind of tight, and these guys... For this specific purpose, we're gonna want our avocado to not be like humongous, right? So we're not gonna want this, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut this lengthwise to like edible. Be careful not to cut through the skin, be careful not to cut your hand. Say yeehaw, and there we go. There goes my cubes of avocado, straight into my salad. I also have a bunch of assorted herbs, so over here this is a little bit of basil, a little bit of mint, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and just chop those up, put those in. We're gonna just rip these guys up. I like it kind of ripped up, and there we go. Kind of just put these guys everywhere. I got some romaine hearts over here. These are pretty simple, just tear them in. Do you think these are already washed?
Probably.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt giving you a rinse. Probably.
Too late. Put that guy in there as well. All right, now it's just a matter of mixing this all up. I've come prepared with our secret ingredient. Limes. Lime juice makes this taste so much better. It makes it, especially fresh lime juice. I've tried this with like the lime juice that they, you know, have at the grocery store. That's like kinda like fake lime juice, like from concentrate. It's not the same. Perfect, and just squeeze. If anyone wants to come out, then you know. There you have it. You have a beautiful grilled cheese and a really bright salad to kind of contrast that like creaminess of the cheese there. I think it's the perfect picnic food for sure. Or if it's just that you're lazy and you want something to do in like 5 minutes.